Hey guys, this is iPhudge's here, and welcome to my 2007 Abyss RuneCrafting guide. Now, I'm not making a 1 to 99 guide, at least not yet, because I am not a master of RuneCrafting yet. I'm still 59 and got a long ways to go to 99. But I'm just making this 2007 Abyss RuneCrafting guide to show you guys methods of how I best survive the trip from the wilderness to the Abyss plane. And I have not been killed yet. I've been PJ'd several times, but I have not been killed yet, and hopefully after watching this video you guys won't ever get killed either. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be doing in this video. I'm just going to be going over a few quick simple methods of how I get from point A to point B, which is from Edgeville to the Abyssal Plane, and I guess I'll throw in some general tips about Abyssal RuneCrafting. So good luck and enjoy the guide. As for basic requirements for Abyssal RuneCrafting on the 2007 servers, this is what I require. The Rune Mysteries quest to be able to make runes, Zamorakian Mage mini quest to be able to access the Abyss. For Method 1, a Glory Amulet, well, multiple glories will speed up runes per hour significantly, and then you will also need means of charging the glories, either by the Heroes Guild or buying charges from other players. Method 2, I require 50 construction and a mounted Glory Amulet, and a player-owned altar in your player-owned house. As for some basic Abyss RuneCrafting knowledge, here's what you'll need to know. It grants access to every runecrafting altar in Gielinor. Your prayer will be drained to 0 and you will be skulled upon entering the Abyss, which means you will lose all your items if you die. There will be multiple monsters that will want to eat your babies in multi-combat. There will be obstacles, which you either have to squeeze through a gap, mine through a rock, burn down boils, or chop through tendrils. And this will require either a pickaxe, tinderbox, or an axe. You don't have to bring all of them, just one of them, but I will get to that later in the guide. There is also a Dark Mage who provides free rune pouch repairs, which will come in handy once your pouches degrade from runecrafting. Alright, now the first thing I'm going to go over is basic equipment used for 2007 Abyssal RuneCrafting. Basically what you want to get your setup to be is probably something that has decent magic and decent melee defense. Because most rushers will either use teleblock or ice rush or ice barrage and then pull out a spec weapon like a dragon dagger or a dragon sim and then chop away your life points with those, and that'll be a bad day. But if you use this setup, I guarantee you will be able to tank at least some of it. Basically what I use is a proselyte sallet, which gives decent melee bonus and a little bit of prayer bonus, black dragon hide top and legs for the defensive magic and melee, and then my elemental shield for the magic bonus, boots of lightness to reduce my weights a little bit. Then we have rune gloves. These are only 5k, but you have to complete some of Recipe for Disaster. If you do not have gloves from Recipe for Disaster, I would just recommend not using gloves because there's nothing really that good. And I also use a bronze pickaxe because you will encounter mining stones typically first when you walk into the Abyssal Plane, and a pickaxe is probably one of the fastest ways to get into the center of the Abyss. I'm not sure if a higher pickaxe is better. It probably is, but I cannot be asked to risk anything like rune because, well, I'm just cheap like that, and it doesn't affect the rune crafting rate that much. I also use an Abyss accumulator, which I only really use to collect steel arrows. You do not have to use one, especially if you do not want to lose yours. I just use one because I'm confident in not dying. I am comfortable with risking it. And then we have a Ring of Life. I highly suggest that you obtain one of these somehow, because this is probably the most important item you will wear. Especially if you disconnect in the Abyss, those monsters will pile you and they will kill you if you do not wear one. And if you die and lose all your pouches, that just wastes a bunch of time trying to get them back, and no one wants to do that. But as for a recap, this is basically my default setup for Abyssal RuneCrafting, something that gives decent magic and melee defensive bonuses. Next, I'm going to go over the basic inventory that you might want to use while 2007 Abyssal RuneCrafting. Now basically what I use is all my rune pouches, an emergency teleport. In this case I have an ectophile. These can be switched out for teletabs or runes. 2 pieces of emergency food. I suggest the highest possible food you can get your hands on. In this case I have sharks. And then we have an optional, this is totally optional, you do not have to bring a weapon, but I usually bring an anti-rush weapon. In this case I have a dragon dagger for spec, if I ever need to try and spec someone out that rushes me. Other than that, we have pure essence, and that's pretty much it for your inventory. Now the first method of 2007 Abyssal RuneCrafting is probably the fastest, but it is also the most dangerous in the fact that you'll have to risk an Amulet of Glory. Basically what you do is put on the default setup, put up the default inventory, make sure you fill all your pouches, and then go on your little way to the Zamorak Mage in the wilderness. Once you are in the abyss, find the fastest way to the center. In this case I'll have to mine a rock, and then voila, you're in the abyss and into the nature altar. Once you're there, just make your runes and then teleport back to Edgeville with the glory amulet and repeat. Now method 2 of my Abyssal RuneCrafting guide on the 2007 servers is a bit more safe, as you do not have to risk your glory amulets, but it is a bit more time consuming and does require a little more skill. As far as inventory goes, we use basically the same setup. We have all the pouches, 2 pieces of emergency food, optional anti-rush weapon, pure essence, and all we really do is replace the emergency teleports with house teleport runes. Notice the gear is the same, except we don't have to risk our glory amulets. Now we do the same thing as mentioned in method 1. Just run to the Zamorak Mage in the wilderness, have him teleport you there, find the quickest route to the inside of the abyss, and then go to the nature rift, and then make your runes teleport. As for this time, the closest one is the gap, so I will squeeze into the gap. Once you're done making your runes, simply teleport to your house, recharge the prayer if you are wanting to have prayer against the rushers, and teleport back to Edgeville via glory, and repeat. So that's pretty much it for my 2007 Abyssal RuneCrafting guide. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you can leave them down in the comment section below, inbox me through YouTube, or even join my friend chatting game if you need to talk to me personally. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope it helped you in some way, shape, or form. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys in RuneScape. Bye!